Hi, it's Charlie Brown's Kitchen here. I want to start off by showing you some new items that we just got. I just got this Husselin 3-inch biscuit cutter with a nice handle. Okay, for those of you interested in sizes, it's about 4.5 inches tall and the handle is 4 inches wide. So this is 4 inches wide and it's 4.5 inches tall, and of course this is a 3-inch circle. Now we also got these other dough or biscuit cutters. Really, these are dough cutters. Okay, and this one really also measures close to 3 inches on the inner diameter here, even though it's labeled 3 1/4. Okay, and this came as a set of progressively smaller cutters. They're all basically the same thing, only different sizes. And this little donut hole cutter came with this. Now, this set came with this metal keychain ring, and it's not stainless steel. I put these all these items in the sink to wash them, and I basically let them rest overnight. And when I checked this morning, this little key thing ring is rusted. So I'm not going to use it, I'm not going to need it. But just a note, they send all these nice stainless steel items with a key ring that rusts. Okay. Now, this is the item I just got that I'll be using today, and this is the OXO grater. This side is smooth on the inside, and this is the business side, so you would put it down like this and grate down. And it's got a shield that comes with it that you can put on it. Okay, now I have other graters. Okay, this is the so-called combination grater with small grating, large grating, and kind of a slicer in the middle. Okay, so you can do that. And my Sue loves to zest vegetables and oranges and limes and all kinds of her fruit and stuff like that. So we've got all these zesters. Okay, and these rub against the fruit, okay, and peel off the skin. And you know, we do a lot of baking, and she does a lot of salads and stuff like that. So she'll use this to grate some cheese for her salad or for her spaghetti. She makes all day long spaghetti sauce and gets a big block of Parmesan cheese. She'll also shred it with one of these. So these are really my Susie's tools. Okay, I had a big box grater, the 4-sided box graters, but it was old and it was starting to get a little rusty. So I had to get rid of that one. I don't know if I'll get another box grater or just use these individual graters. We'll probably get more of that answer today, because I'm going to make something with this grater. For those who want to know, this grater measures 6 inches long and 3 inches approximately wide. So it's 6 by 3. This one, I don't know, if we go from the working stuff, it's about 6.5 inches, and and it's 4 inches wide. But we're going to make use of this one today. So these are the main ingredients of what I'm making today. We got about 3 pounds of potatoes, 1 large yellow onion, and some self-rising flour. Okay, now you can make this without self-rising flour and just add the baking powder and salt that's already in here. But since we already have it mixed and I have it here in stock, we're going to use the self-rising flour. What we're making is actually pretty simple. We're making German potato pancakes. Okay, and we're going to grate the onion and we're going to grate the potatoes. But first we have to peel and wash these. Okay, I've peeled my potatoes and onions, and now I'm going to grate them. But I'm going to grate them in this basket to let the water and stuff drain. So the recipe calls for draining off the water off of these potatoes. You can see how the slicer looks like it's doing a pretty good job. I just may need to switch hands here. I don't know if we're getting a good camera angle. But you can see how the grater is doing with the potato. I think it's doing a really good job. Grab another potato. So you can see what we've got so far. I'm going to finish this up and then get back with you. So I've grated about 3 pounds of potatoes here. And now I'm going to do the onion. Okay. I think I'm going to hold the onion with like a paper towel. And let's see how this goes. Yep, the onion's mincing up, but it's also falling apart at the same time, which is what I kind of suspected it was going to do. But it's grating or mincing up nicely. And the potatoes and onions are basically going to be the main body of the German potato pancakes. So I've got another onion half to do, so I'm going to do that and then I'll get back with you. So I finished grating my onions and my potatoes, and the recipe says basically let the water drain off of these. So I've got this in a basket to get the water off. It even says you could pat it with a paper towel to help dry them. Going to mix the potatoes and onions together. Most of the water you see here actually came from the insides of the potatoes and onions. So this is looking pretty good. So we're going to put this off on the side for a second, and we'll do our egg and flour mix for the pancakes next. So I do have a recipe that I'm following, but if you look online, you're going to see there's all kinds of recipes for German pancakes. They're all basically the same thing. Okay, potatoes, onions, flour, eggs. Okay, the proportions vary slightly, but the end result is pretty much about the same thing. So you'll see variations on a theme of German pancakes if you look up recipes for them. I am going to mix together the eggs and the flour, and I'm going to add a little bit of pepper to this to season them, which recipes say you can do. So I've got just a hair under 1 cup of flour we're going to beat in with the eggs. This is again self-rising flour, but this is basically going to be the glue that's going to hold the pancakes together. We're going to add in some pepper. So here's our flour and egg mix. Seems to be done. We are going to mix the potatoes and onions and the egg mix in this bowl. So looks like the water is pretty much drained off the potatoes and onions. Now we're going to add in the flour and eggs. So we're going to combine this. And we're going to get that flour and egg mix incorporated with all of the potatoes and onions. But the primary ingredient here are these potatoes. This is looking very good. Yeah, that is one of my made-in bowls. Family-size serving bowl or something they call it. But it makes, it's a good bowl for baking stuff in also. So I've got my non-stick grill pan and some ghee butter, which I'm going to scoop out and put on the pan. So you can see I've got my potato pancake mix here. I'm going to put the finished ones in this bowl here, and I'm going to turn on this grill and melt the ghee butter. I really like this ghee butter as a replacement for cooking oils. Okay, so the recipe just says basically take a spoonful of your pancake mix or potato pancake mix, plop it down, and basically make it like pancakes. So we're going to see how this turns out. Well, they're holding together. I just have to let them brown a little bit more on the one side and then flip them over. My stove top is not exactly perfectly level. Kind of wants to let everything drain this way, which works out for some things you're making and other things not. A little bit more. These are kind of thick, and of course they're potatoes. So you really want to cook them, even though they're shredded. So let's see if we can turn these now. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. Gonna kind of give them a little smash and let the second side cook up. But this is looking really good. So these look about done. You can see the second side is also browned up. So we'll put them over there in our serving bowl and make another batch. Yep, looking good. So now we're going to add more of the potato pancake mix. There's batch number 2. We'll cook away. Yeah, working on our second batch, side 1. There's a lot of heft to potato pancakes, so you really got to let them cook pretty good. Looks like these are about ready to turn. Yep, there you go. Give them a pat down. Just kind of pressing them down a little bit with the spatula, as they were kind of mounded up from the spoonful. So we'll have 2 flat sides. So side 2 of batch 2 is just about done. Just checking on them. You can kind of see how thick the potato pancakes are. So I think I had maybe 6 potatoes to start with, and it looks like I'm going to get about 10 pancakes. So that's a little less than 1 potato per pancake here. See, side 2 looks done there. Yep. For those who want to know, this is what I scoop out my ghee butter with and put it on the pan. So we're going to finish up our mix. Yeah, it looks like about 10 pancakes. So let's check on our last 2 here. Yep, looking good. Give them a pat. Let the second side cook. So how are we doing here? I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but there is some smoke coming off of the pan or the pancakes here. So if you have a smoke detector, you have to watch out. Okay, those look just about done, so I'll turn off the heat. So what do you think, folks? There's dinner. I am going to sample a piece here. Oh yeah, perfect potato pancake. This tastes great. For those of you who have not had potato pancakes or German potato pancakes, this is a real taste treat. It's also going to be very filling, but that's the way most German foods are. So we're going to take our last two off the grill here. Put them in. So the 3 eggs, about 1 cup of flour, and about 6 potatoes and 1 large onion made about 10 German potato pancakes. At least, I don't know. These are pretty big. Maybe other people might do them smaller. But looks good for me. Time to eat.